again. Hello and welcome to another live stream 2.0, this time with audio. Let's get it going. Alright, I think we are connected again. It says we have excellent connection. I can hear my voice. See, the problem is when I can hear my voice, it creates an echo. But we should be good. Holla if you can hear me. Oh, let's see here. What a morning. Happy Monday. Alright, so we're back at it again. I think... I don't know. I'll give it a few minutes, see if anybody pops up in the chat. I'm going to say hiya again. How's the audio? Oh, we got that flipped over. We should be over to here. Okay, we got Ben is back. I'm here, you're here, we're all here. It was interesting because I could hear the audio, I could hear the music playing in the background, but weirdly enough, yeah, what a mess. What a Monday. What a Monday. Let's see here. Okay. Nope, that's the previous video. Alright, so I'll make sure I delete the 3-minute long one and we'll keep this other one. Okay, much better. Alright, we are tracking. We've got our iPod up and running. We've got our cameras are functioning. Anyway, so here we are. Happy Monday. We'll just pretend that never happened. And I got my cup of coffee. Of course. Can't be a morning coffee without the old cup of coffee. So, where was I? What was I talking about? Yeah, just kind of a quick recap from the weekend. Got to go out fishing on Saturday. I got to go out with the St. Cloud Fly Anglers Club. There were 3 other members, and we did a quick little float trip down the Mississippi. And the river level was pretty high. It's about as high as I would have wanted it to be and still out into the water. And, it's the water, obviously, it's still going up. And it can go way higher. But, right at 8,000 CFS, it gets to be just a little bit too much to hang on to when you're... out of the boat and you're waiting, and I guess it's different if we were in a drift boat, but my partner and I, he's got a canoe, and it works better. It's a 2-person canoe, so obviously it works better with 2 people paddling. It's a little bit difficult for him to maneuver just by himself, so as per tradition, I hopped in front. So we paddle around and we just get off in an island, and we'll fish around that spot for a while and then kind of relax and then float down to the next spot. Or the hard part is when we want to make a quick cut, all right, let's go all the way to that far side. And that's when you are just paddling and paddling and paddling. But anyways, Claude did good. He got exactly 2. He got 2 fish. He got a 15-inch, and then he got a big old 18-inch, and it was as big around as it was long. I mean, she was just a fat pig. Allegedly, it doesn't count because she was right next to a big old rock. And that's the thing, is when the water level is this high, it gets kind of hard to identify where structure is, because When you're fishing for bass, you want to find structure. You want to find that tree that's on the side. You want to find the rocks, the rock piles, the holes, and those things. But I caught exactly 3 fish. I had 3 fish I got to touch, and each one was bigger than the last. Um, my first fish, if you saw it on Instagram, it was about 2 inches. It was a good. It was a solid. It was a smallmouth, 2 inch, and I got it on a black and yellow woolly bugger that was a size. I believe I tied it on a size 2 B10 stinger. I mean, to catch a 2 inch fish on a size 2 B10 stinger was hello. That guy was hungry. Then the second fish was about 4 inches. And then I beat up the water all day long. And then towards the end, I got a little 6-inch bass. I mean, I thought I was doing all the right things. I'm casting to the right spots. I'm minding my step. We're doing everything right, and nobody was catching tons of fish. So every fish caught was a fish earned. That is for sure. But it was still a great day to get out on the water. Uh, you know, I saw some wild deer. What deer isn't wild? A couple of adults and some fawns stomping through, hopping through the channels. It's really interesting watching those little ones bounce. They sit there and they bounce and they bounce and they bounce, and then they hit a hole and it's like, bloop, where'd it go? But anyways, let's go ahead and tie some flies. I was working on, what did I do last Wednesday? I was tying some $3 dip variations. And today I wanted to mess around with some of the kink hammer hooks. And I was thinking about experimenting with maybe some deer hair post parachute something or another. So I got some ideas as usual, but what exactly is going to come up, I don't know. So let's slide on over to the bench and check this out. Before I go too bananas, I wanted to see about making a little extended body. So we'll have to slide that kind of into view. And let's see here. Let's go with this. I got some olive done, A-dot. And I wanted to add a little bit of deer hair. I'm going to try a little extended body. We're going to see if we can't take a small clump of this and make a little extendo body on this. So we'll give it a try. Start our thread right about there. And we'll get a small little clump of deer hair. And this is this is Monday morning, folks, so I have not tied a fly since last Wednesday. And that's the thing, is I've come to the conclusion, I used to try to put out really good instructional videos and this and that, and there's plenty of solid instructional videos out there, and I felt like I've created enough for me to watch of myself, and I think moving forward I really like just going live with things. So I think the day of the instructional videos might be done. But here we are. Let's go ahead and clean out our deer hair. Nice little clump. And let's throw this into a hair stacker. Let's grab our small one. Don't need big papa for this one. Good morning, Sean. Thanks for tuning in. It's a Monday morning. All right. There we go. Let's tie this in by the tips. We'll get a couple loose wraps. Let's get our thread forward a little bit. What we can do is we can actually bump that forward. And let's go one more little segment. I'm not very proficient with this style of tying, so it's always good to kind of step outside of your comfort zone and try things that you haven't really done much of. I think that'll work. We'll snip half of that just to get it out, get it out of the way. And let's see what happens here. We'll throw a little hand whip finish on that. On the road through Indiana. Well, Indiana's a pretty long road. Pretty long road through Indiana. Alright, we'll set that off to the side and we'll go with the size 12 just for giggles, just to start things off. Alright, let's start. This is where are we at? It's a size 12. Should we zoom in a little bit? Let's zoom in just a little bit. Just a little bit more. Alright. We'll start with our thread. Up front, we'll do a little thread base. Boy, I just bent the crap out of that. Oh. It's because she wasn't sitting right. Always make sure your hook's sitting in your vise right. Get that in right to the butt section, right at the bend. And where'd our tail go? A little extendo body. I think that'll be alright. Alright, let's trim this off. Where's our scissors? Last time I was in Indiana, I was road tripping to Pennsylvania. That'd be my last Indiana encounter. Better than Ohio. I don't know. That's not going to be my favoritist. Maybe we'll do one of these. Maybe we'll just do a spiral up. And then we'll spiral down. Boy, I need to practice on these extended bodies, don't I? I don't know. It'll work. It's not pretty, but it will work for sure. Alright. I wanted to do this as a little parachute. And I was actually going to use more deer hair for my parapost. Definitely need to get some time in on the extended body there. That is for sure. Whatever you do, don't drop your bodkin on your foot, especially if you tie barefoot. I've actually found, at first I was thinking, when I'm sitting here tying flies, I don't know about you guys and gals, but when I tie flies, I actually sit here barefoot. You tend to not lose hooks on your floor if you tie barefoot. It might be a little bit risky. There is risk involved. But dollars to donuts, every hook I drop, I pick up. No trout about that. Alright, now we're going to make a little parachute post. Now we're going to aim right in the middle. So let's go ahead and trim off all this excess. And we'll see how this works. Get a nice bite on that, keeping it on top. Way too long. We need to go half as big. Take another little bit of that off, why not? Yeah, that'll work. That'll give us a nice, decent sized parapost. Alright. We're going to work our way up a little bit. As much as it'll allow us. Yeah, there we go. Let's get this bad boy a little bit secured down at the bottom a little bit more. Alright. Yeah, it takes about 5 or 6 flies before you get in the groove for tying the extended bodies. That's for sure. I mean, that's the thing is, you start getting into things that are more technical and they just take more time and practice. That's what it takes. Let's find ourselves our hackle. And I'm just kind of going through my little scrap bin. I think I might have... How big is this? Where's my measurer? Might be too small, might be too big. Let's check see. So let's see here on the big end, right at the 12. And I think that's what we tied in. I think we're going with the 12. So let's go ahead and just try with this grizzly. Our little scrapper grizzly. Let's tie that in right up front. Then we'll turn it and go up. Oh no, oh no. Oh no. Here we go. Let's go ahead and get a couple wraps around there. This is not going to be pretty, and at this point I've established that this is not going to be a work of art, masterpiece, wonder. And at this point, you know what? I'm okay with that. And I think it's as long as I can recognize that. Let's go with some... I'll just throw a little super bright. This is a little super bright amber. And we're just going to do a little super bright for the body. Oh yeah, we'll get the ding ding. We'll get the ding ding heckle time in. I think the old bodkin, Mr. Bodkin, is probably the most underrated tool used on the fly tyers bench. Everybody wants to talk about vices and bobbins and thises and that's, but nobody talks about their bodkins. We'll go up front, and then we'll work our way back. And we'll park it right there. All right, let's synchronize up. You know what time it is. It's hackle time. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm just gonna go bananas here. Just gonna go bananas. See what happens. That'll be dumb. That'll be something. That's something. That's tell you that for free. All right, we'll throw a whip finish on here. 1, 2, right around that post. And I got a couple to clean up down here. But that's it. That's it's something. It's something. Let's do something a little bit more. We're gonna dial it back a little bit, and let's. I don't know if I want to do another extended body. That just kind of popped in my head when I was sitting here. Let's just go with another king shank. All right, let's do. I don't know. Take a sip of coffee is what I need to take. Let's go with our same olive thread. And we're going to go with some pheasant tail. Let's do a little pheasant tail something or another. A little pheasant tail. Maybe we can do, because I just saw my pheasant tail, or a pheasant tail. Let's throw some pheasant tail for a tail. Let's take a small batch of pheasant. Well, that's some pheasant tail fibers. Some barbules. All right. Let's go ahead. I like that. What else do I want? Let's do. Let's just tie in some more pheasant tail. Oh, let's do. I want to do something chartreuse in there. And what I'm going to tie in, this is just some 210 denier flat waxed. And I just got a little strip of this. Nothing fancy. This is going to be our ribbing. This is going to be our body. So I was inspired last night. I established in my own brain what I need in my life is a small camper. I spent some time last night online and I've got it narrowed down. There's actually a camper manufacturing company here in the great state of Minnesota, about 2.5 hours drive. And I'm looking at buying, and this is right now we're just kind of daydreaming. Nothing super serious yet, but possibly going to go out and pick up a 13-foot. It's called a scamp, SCAMP. It's like the mix between a scam and a camper. Scamp, small camper maybe. Scamp. I don't know. Anyways. I'm going to throw a little pink parachute on this. My order of operations is just a little back asswards right now, so don't mind me. Anyways, right now with coronavirus and everything being the way it is, I really don't feel comfortable traveling, and I I miss traveling. And I think even for just like a day trip to go fishing or something, or just to spend an afternoon somewhere, I where do you go to the bathroom? I can get fuel, paying at the pump and all that. That's too easy. But beyond that, where do you take care of business? What do you so I started thinking, it's just like, well, if I get myself a little camper, a little 13 footer, nothing big, and I could use that to what do I want to say? I got a rolling bathroom, but I also have my own lounge. I have a kitchen. So, when I go to do some small, short travels around here in Minnesota, I can basically travel and not have to worry about being dependent on much of anybody else for anything. Um, I can pack my own food, and yeah, I'm really excited. So, this is something that, it's going to be down the road. Um, but I've never owned a camper, and I was thinking, it's like my wife and I, we've talked about campers before, and it's just like we've had the in-laws' old pop-up camper, which was a lot of fun. You can you can have a lot of fun on a little pop-up camper. I'll tell you that for free. But it's if you want to take a little day trip, if we're on a roadside rest stop, being able to, take a break in your own little lounge or whatnot, I think that's going to work out pretty good. All right, I am looking for some hackle for my parachute. So let's find this one. Let's go, because this is, this one right here. Here's some feathers. Let's go with this. This one's kind of like this olive. And this is going to be nice. Just the right size. Perfect. This will be sweet. So let's measure this down. Down to about 12, right about there. That's where we're going to start. I guess before we tie that in, let's go ahead and do our body. So that's just, everything's going to stay behind the parachute. We're going to tie that off up here. And I also think that once I get this whole camper thing figured out, I'm also thinking that will be my way to head back out west and do some fishing. Road trip out to Montana. Alright, let's bring this forward. This is going to be our ribbing. Let's twist. I'm twisting as I go. That'll work. And let's do our little parachute. I like doing that little, I call that the high and tight. When I cut down those barbs, I make little mini barbs. And that's what we use to lock her in. I really enjoy the way parachutes come out. As much work as they are, I think ultimately in the end they are just absolutely worth it. And I actually like parachutes a little bit more than just your traditional dry fly. I like the way they float. All right, take a sip of coffee. That was intense. Oh. All right, let's synchronize watches. You know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen. Prepare for hackle time. Nice and easy, nice and easy. Boy, this almost looks like a spider on top. So I capture the stem on the near side of the hook, and then I can park my thread on the far side of the hook. So now I can trim right here at the base, and I don't lose my thread. How about damn apples, huh? That's pretty slick. Alright, let's just scroll right into our whip finish. Actually, before I whip finish, I'm going to trim this down. Trim our post down just a little bit to a reasonable length. Let's go there. And I like that. Where'd our scissors go? And I always capture just a little bit right there. That bad boy is ready to go. And something like this. I like these little dry flies. I've got some dungeon juice. This is a floatant from our good friends at the Fly Tyers Dungeon. And I'm actually going to go out to Lake George today. I need to catch some sunnies. So we'll just let that soak in there. And you know what that's going to do? That's going to float all day long. Oh, this stuff stinks though. That's not that bad. Questions, comments, what do we think? So I was thinking the next step on the evolution train, as far as let's see here, I'm going to switch my camera back to me. There we are. One of the things I want to look at to investing in next for these live streams, and I don't know how well it'll work, and I don't want to spend too much money on it, but I'm still trying to tack down the lighting situation, because I mean honestly I think it can be better. I think I don't know. What do we think for lighting? What do we? I just wish I could have somebody from, like, I don't know. I wish there was support for a YouTube creator like myself that could almost be supplied. This is what we would recommend for a camera. This is what we recommend for lighting, etc., etc. And the camera quality, I don't know. It can't get much clearer than what it is. And I think I got my audio tacked down pretty good. Not sure about the delay. I can. It's funny because I can delay the audio a little bit back, but I can't delay the video to help synchronize the audio video. Um, but anyways, what I was looking at, thinking about getting is a lighting ring. If I get one of those rings that can go around my camera, but then I'm really getting more and more stuff between me and the vise, and more is not better when it comes to that. It's hard enough tying as is, reaching over the vise, but maybe we'll do one more parachute, and I got an idea. We're gonna try something. We're gonna try something. I don't know what it is or what it's gonna look like, but I don't know. It's Monday morning and I'm feeling a little crazy. Oh yeah. Well, the thing is before I was using the audio off of my camera, which is my cell phone, and I stepped up from that and I went to a gamer's headset just like this, that I picked up at the local video game trading shop. Little local joint. Paid $20 for it. Not a bad deal. But it really hurt my head. It squeezed in pretty tight, and the audio quality wasn't there. And when I turned down lights, I got a lot of RF feedback, the old 60 cycle hum. So I just got this. This is the Logitech, and I got that webcam. That's a Logitech Stream Cam. So now we have cameras facing me. I experimented a little bit with placement, on putting it into my bench, my camera into the bench. And what's the point of looking at me while I'm tying? You can hear me just fine, supposedly, and as good looking as I am, I'm not really the focus, believe it or not. I mean, hate to break y'all's hearts, but I'd rather have the camera on just the vise. But somebody suggested, hey, it'd be good to see you from time to time. So here we are. So let's try one more, because we had one fail, one success. Yeah, let's do something. Let's do one more. Let's switch that back over. Get me out of there. Get me out of here. All right. Boy, that's pretty. I need a something to put that on. Here, you can hang out with these guys. Just so we don't get them all gooped up. We're going to do basically the same thing. Um, but I need a hook on the vise before I start tying the fly. Ba-ding. All right. We're going to try something slightly different here. You know what? We're going to keep that tag. All right. Let's do. Tie this in. All right. We are going off the deep end. We are full-blown experimental aircraft. This. Let's see here. This looks like it should work. Wait a minute. What am I thinking? I need to. This is what we're going to do. We are going to add a little bit of what's that? Tie the tail down into the bend of the hook. You think so? Let's do this. Oh, we're snagged. All right. All right. So we're not going to do a parachute. I keep cycling in my brain as to what I want to do, what I don't want to do, but I think this is what I want to do. I think I want to just tie this in, and I think I'm just going to do that as a big, kind of a bright pink flashback. And I'm just going to tie this onto the body. And we're going to wrap this son of a gun forward. Oh, almost missed it. Nothing too complicated. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Now we got this little tag end. I didn't want to use wire because I want to keep it light. And sometimes I will substitute a wire for a thread. Is it 100%? Absolutely not, but it shall hold the materials down. As needed. All right. Okay. Where am I at? What I need is this little guy. Can I encourage some of that little stuff to go back? Give you a little shorty. I'll give you a little shorty. And we'll just give that a whip finish under there. Okay, we'll try that again. It's definitely something. Definitely something. It's kind of like a Ray Charles meets a Shipman's buzzer meets something. I don't even know. we can coax that to lay flat. It's definitely something. Maybe if we give the slightest cleanup down here. I don't know. What this is kind of freaky. I'm kind of freaked out by this little guy. What do we think about that? Hmm. See, that's why I do this. This is what I like coming up with. This is what I really, really like coming up with. I really enjoy, just throwing stuff onto a hook and seeing what happens. So, I just had some random kind of half-ass idea, and Steve suggested, taking it down the bend, which got my brain thinking something a little bit different. And this is what we ended up with. I mean, come on, come back over here. I guess I could. I wonder if I just turn this way a little bit. There we go. So now we can reach the bench. You know what? I'm going to take this out this afternoon. I'm going to throw it on my 10-car rod and see what happens. Boy, that's a big mug of coffee, and I'm glad I got it. I ain't got time for a small mug. Well, Steve, Sean, who else did we have? Mostly everybody was coming in today. But, hey, we do this every Monday. Or at least we're going to try to, as long as we can. Timing works out. So, yeah, we got Project Healing Waters this Wednesday night. I have no idea what to tie. I guess I should probably put out a, looking for suggestions kind of thing on the YouTube channel, because I've been at it I've tied 23 weeks in a row, every Wednesday night, rain or shine. I haven't missed one of those yet, but it's hard to miss because I'm not going anywhere, at least not right now. The time might come where, hey, I might have a little camper, and I might be able to head my way out to some fishing holes, and might miss the Wednesday night. I don't know. But until then, we're going to keep on keeping on Monday mornings here. Hopefully, I'll have a better systems test, so the audio will be there at the beginning, and we won't have to do the reset, set, reset game. So, I don't know. I want everybody to just kind of keep things into consideration this week. Please be kind to each other. Be thoughtful. You don't know where everybody is in their lives. Some people right now, it's the end of the world. Some people are on cloud nine, and everybody else is somewhere in between. Do something kind to somebody without any expectations of anything coming back to you. I already got that knocked out yesterday, beginning of the week, top of the week, and it's easy because I've established. I'm going to take a couple of minutes and just keep talking here, if that's all right. I used to be so busy. I used to volunteer at the VFW, Tuesday night bingo, Friday night fish fry, Saturday night bingo, Project Healing Waters at the VA on Wednesday nights. I had Elks meetings, I had VFW meetings, I had Project Healing Water stuff I had to take care of, a Fly Anglers Club I attended. participated with, and my life was just so busy. And fortunately but unfortunately, this coronavirus has put me into a situation where I had to slow down. And I've come to appreciate the time I do have, and instead of trying to focus my energy in helping the maximum amount of people as I can on a daily basis, I'm focusing my efforts small. I'm keeping, instead of hitting things like a machete, I'm going in with the scalpel. And I've got a Korea War veteran living across the street from me, and kind of checks a lot of boxes as far as people I like to help out and things I like to put my effort towards and things that I'm actually capable of doing. Um, so I don't know. Help who you can. Be kind to everybody, and I don't know. Go fishing. That's what we can do. So glad I was able to catch the mute button on that one. So all right. Let's tack that down just a little bit so we can get that in our little outro shot. So thank you all for watching. I want everybody to stay safe, stay healthy. Happy tying. Yeah, sure you betcha. Tight lines, everybody. Peace.